Now we are in the zone of cleaning and sterilization of instruments that are in our studio. The sterilization zone is the most important zone in the work of a manicure and pedicure master. Alia will now show you all the processes you need to follow in order to end up with a clean and safe tool. The first thing we need to do is to prepare a solution to disinfect our instruments. Be sure to wear gloves and protect our airways with a mask. There is an old solution here. We are pouring it out. In this solution, we can see a precipitate consisting of dust. We need to replace this solution. We drain our solution into the sink and rinse the solution container with water. Also, if required, we can use a brush. We have washed it, now the container is clean and empty. Since our ultrasonic cleaner has a volume of 2 liters, we need to prepare a 2-liter solution. We have chosen Optimax. When mixing positions, we chose 15 minutes. That's our instruments should be processed in an ultrasonic cleaner for 15 minutes. To do this, we need to prepare a 3% solution. What does it mean? This means that for 1 liter, there should be 30 milliliters of concentrate. This means that we need to pour 60 milliliters of Optimax concentrate into the ultrasonic cleaner per 2 liters. First, pour 2 liters of water. We will pour cold water. We fill the container. It's 500 milliliters. We fill the container, put it on the table, look at what we have extra, remove it, a little bit more, exactly 500 milliliters. And we do it like this 4 times. Here we have 2 liters of water. Now, since we need to pour 60 milliliters of concentrate, we first need to remove 60 milliliters of water. We take a syringe of 60 milliliters and remove 60 milliliters of water. Next, I take a disposable glass so as not to spoil the solution with this syringe because it's already contaminated. I pour approximately and I measure 60 milliliters. It's 60 milliliters. We need to drain the rest because we cannot pour them here again. Otherwise, the whole concentrate will deteriorate. We pour the rest into the sink and add the missing amount of milliliters here. We stir a little. Thus, we have prepared a new solution. If you have a different remedy or you use a different concentration, Then accordingly you need to build it in a different way based on the remedy that you use. And now we must write when we prepare this solution, what kind of product we have, how many percent, and when is the expiry date. We write the name of the product we had, Optimax, 3%. Today is the 17th of January 2022, and the expiry date, we change our solution every week, that is every 7 days, or until precipitation occurs, that is, we will set the expiry date until the 24th of January 2022 and sign. That's it. Now we change and attach to our solution. Now let's see the correct preparation of our solution. We use special strips. We take a strip, quickly load it into our solution for 1 second. Take a napkin, set it, hold it a little, turn our strip over, and compare it. That is, we have just prepared a 3% solution. After work, we first load our used tools into such a container, and then, when there is time, we proceed to work. We load them into such a container and set them to be processed. We have prepared the 3% solution. We had an exposure time of 15 minutes. We close the lid and turn on for 15 minutes. This disinfection is combined with PSC, that is combined with pre-sterilization cleaning. If we did not have ultrasound, we would have to prepare the solution at a completely different concentration and keep it for a completely different time. After our tools have been disinfected in the solution, all dust particles have been knocked out of the cutters, we take out our tools and rinse them under running water for 3 minutes. If necessary, we also take a brush and clean each tool 1 more time, and again. Especially it concerns cutters, but since our ultrasonic cleaner is very powerful, it knocks out absolutely all the particles, cutters no longer require additional cleaning. After we have rinsed with running water, we take our tools and lay them out on a clean tissue and select them to dry. In this state, our tools dry for about 8 hours. Now we need to fill in the disinfection log. That is, we write the date, the number. We also had an ultramechanical processing method with the help of an ultrasonic cleaner Optimax. We had a pusher, a curette, tweezers, and 4 cutters, 10 tools. We put a signature. That's all. We have filled out our journal. Here we have instruments that have already dried for about 8 hours. They're completely dry and we can assemble sterilization kits. Here we have a sealing device. We put our roll, we press it, it heats up, we cut it off, and we have such a bag. We fill it with our tools, tweezers. You can also put a polisher, a removal cutter, a blue cutter, a pusher, a red cutter without fail, 2 red cutters, and we can now seal our package. Here we have indicators. This indicator, steam, is important to us since the disinfection of instruments takes place in an autoclave. And we lay it in this way. It turns out the tips of the blades look up. We are laying it down like this. Also in the autoclave we can process the brushes. If you do not have an autoclave and yours is a dry heat, then your brushes will naturally melt in it since it's plastic. But since we have steam and pressure treatment, we can also put a brush in an autoclave and they're completely sterile here. And we lay the rest of the tools. Don't stack instruments on top of each other. I also cut out 5 indicators. We place them over the entire area of the autoclave. Let's put it in the corners, in the middle, here, and there. We close the autoclave and the tool processing process has started. To operate the autoclave, we need pure distilled water. To do this, we have a distiller. That is, we make distilled water from ordinary water. It's washed into this container, and from this container we pour it into our autoclave. We also have a log of the autoclave. Here we just paste our indicators. They say that our sterilization has happened completely. We will now have to write the beginning, the temperature, and sign it. Sterilization takes place in an autoclave. We can also rewrite pushers, tweezers, cutters. There I got 56 pieces in a package. The start time for sterilization is now 2 o'clock and our sterilization will end at 3 o'clock. That is, sterilization is a rather short process, but it takes us time to heat the device itself and cool it down and adjust the temperature. This is where we will paste our stripes. After our instruments are processed, we store them in a bactericidal chamber. That is, if we open it, we can see that cutters, sets, polishers, and so on are stored here. We also need to write on our package what date we had sterilization. We hope that you have looked very carefully at all the steps of cleaning and sterilizing instruments, and we would like to point out that it's very important to have a clean and safe instrument in your work. Unfortunately, there are large numbers of diseases, a large number of risks for masters, and first of all, for our clients, health and safety is the most important selling point that our customers are now demanding from us. Therefore, if you provide health and safety to your clients, then the success of your studio will be guaranteed.